Hi, hello, and welcome to our second episode of IPL 2022 Titbits with Gully Cricket. My name is Manas, and with me here is Shashank, whom we can call Shash. So, Shash, did
Yeah.
you enjoy yesterday's match?
Yes, it was not one of those high-scoring games, you can say.
Mhm.
It was one of those middling scores where LSG had to chase around 150.
Mhm.
So it became quite interesting in the end. I would say both the teams sort of followed a similar pattern where the openers got off to a flyer. If I have to be more specific, in Delhi, it was the Prithvi Shaw show. But and Quinton de Kock took the honors for LSG. But then after the power play, it seemed like both the teams actually struggled, to get runs on the board. So that is what didn't make it a one-sided contest, and it was a little exciting in the end. But then you can say, with few balls to spare, they did win it reasonably comfortably.
Yeah. So, we'll start with the first inning. So, like you mentioned, Delhi got to a flyer and they just lost the momentum in the middle overs. And by the end of the innings, they had a modest 150 as a target for the team from the neighboring side. And
Yes.
actually, this was the second lowest score for the loss of 3 wickets. And considering that they still had Lalit and Akshar to bat, don't you think DC should have taken some risk and got into a higher score? Because it was in Divya Patil and 180 is the score which is considered to be a winning score there.
Exactly. Even I was surprised, because considering the last few games that were played in the DY Patil Stadium, so they were high scoring games,
Mhm.
and the fact that Delhi didn't get to a big score, and even LSG, as I mentioned, struggled a bit in the middle, meant that maybe the pitch was a little bit on the tricky side. It was not
Mhm.
those usual high scoring ones. Uh, I think Prithvi Shaw, when he was batting, it looked like he absolutely had no issues, and I would say the bowling was a little bit off as well in the power play, where they provided him quite a bit of width, which he actually capitalized on.
Mhm.
uh, David Warner did seem to struggle a little bit, because you can understand it was his first game as well, and he didn't have to do much because Prithvi was taking quite a bit of the responsibility. But yeah, as you mentioned, I think the credit should be also given to the LSG spinners like Ravi Bishnoi in particular, for strangling them down in the middle overs and also picking up wickets of big hitters like Warner and Roman Powell as well. And I don't understand why Sarfraz was brought in, because I think you have given only a few chances to Mandeep, who has been a proven player over the seasons. So maybe I felt they made a few changes more than what was required.
Okay. Yeah. So Warner has always struggled against Bishna, and it was a potential matchup in yesterday's video as well. So
Okay.
that was about DC's batting, but another concern is about their bowling. So ever since
Mm,
Shardul Thakur has come to Delhi, he seems to be a bit lost. And the best
mm,
reason I can think about it is when he was under Captain Dhoni. Dhoni was more like a mentor to him, and now since
mm,
he's playing with Rishabh, they're like friends, and he's like free to do things. So, what are your
mm.
thoughts on Shardul?
Well, Shardul, I mean, if you think of him, he's someone with a golden arm, you can say. See, when you look at him, there is nothing great is what you feel like in his bowling. Like he definitely gets to swing the ball when the conditions are helpful. But then he's someone who's more like a hard worker, you can sort of say, who's come through the ranks. He's done some great things like for Indian cricket in his short duration, like especially in test matches. But yeah, he can tend to be expensive as well, because he doesn't have the pace like some of your other bowlers. And if he does miss his length, he can go for runs. So yeah, I mean, Dhoni's mentorship, everyone knows, like it is of a different level, I would say. So definitely he would be missing, but it'll be important to see how the management deals with him.
Yeah, let's hope for the best for Shardul because I think he'll be playing for Team India as well later. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So now on to my final question for the match. Somewhere in the middle, LSG still needed around 60 odd runs from 7 overs, and at that stage, it looked like both had a chance to win the game. So, and that is when Delhi Pacers took over the attack. And considering the fact that spinners in the middle are bowling economically and bringing down the run rate, do you
Mhm.
think Rishabh missed the trick by taking his spinners off attack?
Did Akshar Patel, sorry, Akshar Patel plays for Delhi, right? Yeah. So did he complete his full quota?
I don't think so. No, he bowled only 2 overs.
Yeah, so maybe it was a tactical mistake as well. And Anrik Nokia had a really off day yesterday. Like he got hammered by his South African teammate. And then bowling 2 no balls and going off the attack is something that you don't expect. Maybe it was because of the dew, and since he might have not been played for a long time. I honestly watched the highlights, and when I saw that he had bowled 2.2 overs, I was thinking, oh, I hope he's not had another injury. But then after watching, I realized it was because of the 2 no balls as well.
Yeah.
And those things can be very costly. As you mentioned, they just needed 60 runs from 7 overs. And I think that also turned out to be a bit of a crucial thing. You can say, like, if one bowler has not completed his quota and then another one has not, completed because of, such things like bowling no balls, it can cause a bit of a headache for the captain. So Delhi have a lot of things to think about, definitely.
Yeah. So it was not a game which was up to the level of thriller we thought it would be. But tonight's game could be one. So
Yeah.
with a lot of impact players. So as we talk about impact players, when you go to the team list, Pandya seems to be one of the impact players amongst the players, and he has a strike rate of 168 against Punjab. So will
Hmm.
he be the player to watch out for tonight?
Might be the case, considering that, as you mentioned, that he has a good strike rate. He might fancy the opposition. uh, that might put him in good stead. But saying that, I think the bowlers have been really good. uh, I'm referring to Gujarat Titans bowlers. So I think they've done a great job. Yeah, so it will be interesting to see how the might of the Punjab will be able to counter the incisiveness bowling of the Gujarat
Gujarat.
Titans. I think that will be an exciting contest, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm. So as you mentioned, the bowlers, even Rashid has a good record against Punjab, so we'll have to watch out for that.
Yeah.
So yeah. So now the second question: as I look outside, I see the weather is getting hotter and hotter in Mumbai. And while there
Yeah.
were dew issues in the first few games, this is the same pitch where Punjab batted first and defended their score against Chennai. So
Mhm.
with almost all the teams which are winning the toss are opting to ball now, do you think we could see a change in pattern today if Punjab wins the toss?
Uh, might be the case because the batting is the strength,
Mm-hmm.
and trust me, it is a very scary batting lineup, honestly speaking,
Mm-hmm.
because the openers have not fired. Like Mayank would definitely want to make a contribution. Dhawan
Mm-hmm.
has been doing his bit. He's someone whom I feel is very underrated in general. Like he doesn't get a chance to play for the Indian T20, so that is the level of competition that is there in the national team. But I
Mm-hmm.
feel he's one of the best white ball players in the country right now. All right. And then you saw what Livingstone did in the last game. That guy is just brute power. And, if he goes after a ball, it seems like he gives it everything, So he also holds a record for the highest sixes in terms of in terms of distance in this
Oh.
edition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then you have Shah Rukh Khan, and we also know Odion Smith as well.
Yeah.
So it's a very dangerous batting lineup. So why not? I mean, they can definitely go ahead and bat first and put up a big score and put the opposition under pressure.
Okay. All right. So on to the final question for today. Gujarat is the only team with zero wins, zero losses. Sorry. So
Yeah.
do you think they'll continue the streak, or do you think it's Punjab who's gonna steal a win tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it would be very. It's definitely going to be an exciting game, considering what all the matchups we discussed. Uh, I honestly, I don't know, man. Like, who is going to take the honors tonight? But
Mm-hmm.
all I hope is, since being a neutral, that we get to see a good game of cricket, and the better team may win.
Yeah. So that's what we can hope for. Hope it's a
Yeah.
thriller and we have a fun night. So coming to our contest, yesterday we had only one person predicting it right. So
Yes.
yeah, we had so many impact players, and it's a surprise that one got it right actually.
Yeah.
So the winner is Rakesh Mohan, who predicted Quinton de Kock right. So congrats, Rakesh, and keep predicting. everyone. So the contest rules are as follows. I hope Shashank can explain it.
Yeah, so you basically have to comment in the section of the video where before the start of the second innings as to who is going to be the man of the match. You basically got to predict. And depending on the number of entries and who gets it right, we will announce the winner on the next day.
Yeah. So that's all you have to do, guys. Comment your man of the match before the start of second innings, and keep enjoying our videos. Keep predicting,
Yeah,
and have fun.
keep subscribing. Yeah.
Yeah, as well, and refer to your friends as well. Okay.
Yes.
So cheers. Goodbye. See you tomorrow.